Welcome to episode 111 of the All the Books Show, the official podcast of the David A. Howe Public Library. I'm Eric Mickles.
And I'm Nick Gunning.
We're going to talk book news, author news, and literary news.
And today we got a special treat because we're going to talk sexy new books.
Yeah.
Some books that are neither new to us or new to the publication world that we're excited about, that we want to read.
New is the objective.
Yeah.
Sexy, subjective.
Maybe it happens. Maybe it doesn't. Yeah.
You'd be hard-pressed to find like an old sexy book.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Okay.
So we're going to be talking about that a little later. Right now, we're going to be talking about what we've been reading.
What we've been reading.
Have you read anything
what
good?
We've been all... I've got nothing.
That was
I'm sorry.
weird.
I had a sandwich and it kind of slowed me down.
That was
I was
such
up late.
a weird start. I know you have been stuck. You've been stuck in a quicksand that is the three-body
quagmire.
problem.
Yeah.
You can't seem to get out of.
No, it's impossible. A three-body problem. It's just too chaotic. You got three suns.
Too many.
How do you plan for the revolution? Anything.
Way too many.
It's going to pull on the Earth so much with such gravitational force when it passes by. You're going to lose pieces. You're going to have like 3 new moons before you have a solid solar system.
It certainly happens. So who is that by? Who's writing this book?
I didn't bring it with me.
Okay, that's
Let me
all
open
right.
my Goodreads.
That's all right.
So, yes, it is taking me a while. I've got 70 pages left, and I thought I could do it. It's by Lao Cizhen.
And this is a trilogy, right?
This is a trilogy, yes.
Okay.
This book is the one that won the Hugo.
Right.
The other two did not.
Okay.
But it's hard sci-fi, but it's just dense. It's a long book. It's dense. Again, it's translated from Chinese, so there's also just like a lot of explaining that has to be done. Like this was going on in China at this time. This is what this, and just a different writing style than used to. So it's taken me a while. It's good. I haven't not enjoyed reading it.
Okay. I guess I got the impression that you were not liking it.
No, I'm not liking that. I'm not done with it at this point. Because there's other stuff I want to read, but like picking it up hasn't been a painful experience. So it's still been good. It's just gotten in the way.
Have you been reading graphics or anything like that?
Yes, I have. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, me too. Otherwise, how would I ever know?
I guess I would just... Wait, did I talk about Paper Girls last time? Paper Girls Volume 3?
Yeah, we talked about it.
And Half-Life 2 Raising the Bar?
Because of the irritating delays in publication. Nothing new?
To go back on my word. No,
okay.
I have not read.
It's all right.
I had 2 volumes of Planetary to read, but I just...
2 more than I could stomach.
Yeah, I'll get to them. Just there's other stuff.
Good for you.
I have a pile of graphics to get to, and I just put in my orders for some Halloween reads.
Nice.
Day by Day, Armageddon.
Nice.
And there was something else.
Okay.
But it escapes me. Oh, right. Lovecraft County.
Oh,
which I meant to read last year. And
that's funny. We covered that the first year of doing this podcast. Like as it was coming out, we talked about that.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
That.
We've come full
Old
circle.
times. Yeah. We've come 111 episodes.
Yes, we sure have. Yes, we have. I've read some stuff. I too have begun my Halloween reads. Kicked it off with Stephen King's Carrie.
Too scary.
It's actually not that scary. And the thing is, I was reading it. It's sort of hard to judge it like objectively now because we all kind of know the beats of Carrie. You know what I mean? Like you know what happens even if you don't know the story. You know like where everything's headed. Yeah. So I think when you didn't, like not knowing that, not being familiar even with like the Stephen King thing, I think it would have been quite an experience to read because it's actually pretty clever. And considering that it's his first novel, I found it impressive the way...
Is it really his first?
It is. He was a pretty successful short story author, and this started as a short story. And actually, he realized, this is going to be too long to get into. So he threw it in the garbage. And his wife pulled it out of the garbage and was like, no, this is good. I think you should stick with it. So he wrote his first novel, Carrie.
And then he divorced her?
No, they're still together.
That's good.
Yeah, she's an author as well, Tabitha King. Anyway, where was I going with that? As
sorry.
I was so rudely interrupted.
Sorry, I just assumed a success story like that usually ends with the husband like,
no,
now I'm going to leave the woman who helped get me there.
Pretty happy marriage.
Wolf of Wall Street style.
From all intents and purposes, it seems like. Anyway, the format of Carrie is we have the straight up narrative, and then you have like testimony
and
police reports, and you have one of the survivors from the incident has written a book, so you get chapters of that book. So it's a pretty inventive thing.
Right.
And I've read other books, like Where'd You Go, Bernadette, for example,
right,
that tries to do that and can't keep all the threads together.
Right.
And this really did. So I think the book overall was pretty impressive. It is hard when you know where the punches are going to come. It's a little hard to be like feeling like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Because, but I like it. If you haven't read it, I would recommend it. It's a good, quick, almost novella, really. And then I also read Wonder Woman Volume 3, The Truth. This is the current ongoing Wonder Woman series, which is just a mess.
Is it?
It is. Well, remember they started like every other issue was either an origin or the current story. And this is the same way. It's like every other issue they're exploring like another thing. So it's like you cannot read the trades of the Wonder Woman series without and understand the story. So I'm pretty disappointed with it. I find Wonder Woman hard to get right. I haven't read tons of Wonder Woman comics that I really loved.
No, I've read way more than you.
I know you have.
I love to hang that one over your head. It's like, I guess I'm a bigger Wonder Woman fan.
Yeah, I guess that's why I tend to gravitate towards the standalones, like Wonder Woman Earth 1 and that sort of thing, because then it's just like, boom, a compact, concise, beginning, middle, end Wonder Woman story, which is what I really want.
Yeah.
So then I'm also reading the YA Lois Lane series, Book 3, Triple Threat by Gwenda Bond.
I'm glad somebody is.
Which I'm liking.
That's good.
I'm liking.
Yeah.
So that's it for me right now.
Okay.
I've got a lot of things on the to-read list, so I'm going to have to pick up the pace a little bit here over the next couple of weeks. So book clubs, we're just getting ready to do on Wednesday the 4th, we're going to be talking Vince Flynn's American Assassin, so we'll see what people think about that.
You were not a fan of.
Not really. And then on the 17th, we're going to be talking about Joyce Carol Oates' spooky Jack of Spades.
Yeah, what was the date again?
October 17th for that one. And speaking of Joyce Carol Oates, today is October 2nd. And this is when Joyce Carol Oates visited this library 2 years ago on this very day.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So,
That's
fun fact.
fun
fact.
After
exciting. We finish American Assassin, going back to Halloween reads, we're going to be reading Ghost Story by Peter Straub, which is supposed to be pretty spooky.
So
I got the copies in.
Yeah, I'm reading Ghost Story. To go. I've read Jack of Spades.
Me too.
So I'll probably stopping by to at least say hello.
Check in. I love
say
it.
That I love the book.
I love it.
You didn't do Salem's Lot. That was just you and me? That wasn't a book
Salem's
club.
Lot was a book club.
Oh.
Pet Cemetery was just you and me.
Okay.
Yep.
Did I go to that book club?
Yeah, you did.
Was it just you and me?
No, it was a whole group. It was a long time ago. It was like 2 years ago. We were in the local history room.
And I talked about how much I liked it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you were there.
Wow.
All right. Let's talk book news.
Okay.
Got anything exciting to talk about? All right, it's coming. Let me tell you what's coming a long ways away.
Okay.
All right. So lock up your reading for November and December because these books are coming your way. Yeah, get everything on the old calendar on the schedule.
Yeah. Make sure your secretary knows. Sorry, he's reading
Let her know.
Clive Cussler.
I'm going to start with the large print that's coming your way in November.
My way.
Maggie's War by Terry Todd. Here's a little taste. In 1942, telegrams always bring life. Telegrams always bring life-altering and tragic news in a war-hardened world, and the one Maggie Marshall receives is no different. But running a restaurant with the help of only pregnant, unwed girls has taught her to be tough. Maggie's no weeping widow, but Charlotte Penfield thinks she's the most unfeeling woman on earth. 17, exiled by her wealthy parents and working in the restaurant, fanciful Charlotte runs away with romantic notions of a reunion with her baby's father at his military camp.
Wow.
Yep.
There's a lot of drama in that.
There's
one
a lot
paragraph.
going on. I know. Again, that is Maggie's War by Terry Todd.
So hold on. The restaurant is run exclusively by pregnant teen girls.
it's like a shelter for cast out girls who are cast out because they're pregnant.
They
stay at this place and they work in the restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the show True Blood? Do you know much about it? I mean, it was like a huge.
Anna Paquin's in it.
Yeah, Anna Paquin.
And so is somebody from a show I just watched.
Okay. So, no, you don't know anything about it. It was a big deal at
Superman.
the time.
Superman's from True Blood.
Oh, okay.
No?
It's fine. He's from the Tudors.
No, Superman from the Supergirl show.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
The new suit on Supergirl.
Okay.
What's his name?
Tyler Hoechlin.
He's from
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. That's what I meant.
So stupid. That was such a stupid little detour. Anyway, if you're a fan of the Sookie Stackhouse books that those are based on, by author Charlene Harris, we're collecting all of her short stories for the first time here.
Finally.
With the complete Sookie Stackhouse stories by Charlene Harris. For the first time together in one volume, the complete short story collection starring Sookie Stackhouse with a new introduction from #1 New York Times bestselling author of the series, Charlene Harris. Quite a bit of short stories in here. A lot of these were digital only and sort of hard to find. So if you're a fan of the series, this is a good place to get everything
And this
together
is what
all at once.
Scream Queens was based off of?
True Blood.
With Jamie Lee Curtis.
No.
She's in Scream Queens.
True Blood with Anna Paquin. More short stories
What
here.
was the difference between Scream Queens and just the show Scream?
No idea.
Okay.
I don't know. P.D. James, Sleep No More, 6 Murderous Tales. No one gets inside the head of the murderer or makes it a more thrilling read than the late, great P.D. James. Fast on the heels of her latest bestseller, a new fiendishly entertaining gathering of previously uncollected stories from the author of Death Comes to Pemberley and The Private Patient. So P.D. James fans, you got another one.
P.D.
Here
James.
it comes, November. You can read it. And I couldn't resist mentioning this next one. Guess what's back on the old schedule, Eric?
Bookshots?
Yeah, that's right.
Bookshots are back.
Bookshots are back.
Finally.
It's been a while. It's been a long
What about
while.
this time of year is the thing that's making them think, now the bookshots
I have
have
no
returned.
idea. I have no idea, but there's quite a few. Like looking at the list ahead, it looks
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 coming
Hit us with
out.
the James Patterson bookshots. I need my
Jimmy
books so
P.
fast and intense that I can only get them in shots.
James Patterson and Allison Joseph
Uh-huh.
are coming with The Exile, a bookshot.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Finn O'Grady, working the night shift as a security guard in London, receives a phone call at dawn. Bridie, a woman he once loved before he left his hometown in Kilmeaden in the west of Ireland, believes she's in terrible danger and needs his help. Finn has made a new life for himself and can't go back to the pain and tragedy he left behind in Ireland. But when Bridie's brother is found brutally murdered, Finn has no choice but to return to a life he'd tried to forget. Bookshot!
Bookshot. Yep.
Halloween author that I don't particularly enjoy, and he probably wouldn't particularly enjoy me calling him a Halloween author, but Dean Koontz.
Yeah.
Back in the saddle again with the
Oh, that's right. I got to read book 2 of that series.
with the sequel to Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Ugh,
What's
no
the second
thanks.
one called?
You can have it. I'm not sure.
I Frankenstein?
I think so. This is the sequel to Dean
I
Koontz'
Frankenstein also.
The Silent Corner. So this is Jane Hawk, book 2, called The Whispering Room. So here we go. We're diving in.
Jane Hawk, Medicine Woman.
Oh, this is too long for me to read, but you know what? I'm going to read the Kirkus review for you, okay?
Okay.
No,
Come on, Kirkus.
that's a Silent Corner. That's not going to help you. So here's from the synopsis. These are the words that, no time to delay. Do what you were born to do. Fame will be yours when you do this. These are the words that ring in the mind of mild-mannered, beloved schoolteacher Cora Gunderson just before she takes her own life and many others in a shocking act of carnage. When the disturbing contents of her secret journal are discovered, it seems certain that she must have been insane. But Jane Hawk knows better.
Jane Hawk.
Driven by her love for her lost husband and the fear of the 5-year-old son she sent into hiding, Jane Hawk has become an unstoppable predator. Those she is hunting will have nowhere to run when her shadow falls across them. I don't know what this book's about. I mean, I understand the plot, but I don't know what it's about, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dean Koontz fans, you must be out there.
But
Somebody's buying these books.
Yeah.
Someone's buying these books.
Yeah.
Look no further than November, and you'll have a new Dean Koontz on your hands.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Oh. Okay.
It's on to you now, buddy.
All right. Now we're
New
on to
York
book news.
Times bestseller list.
Yes, these are books that are on the New York Times bestsellers list. New York Times, of course, is a small independent newspaper produced outside of New York, actually. It's not like in the city. I think it's like in Westchester
It
Country.
was just a bounty of misinformation. It's pretty.
All right, so let's look at the top 10 books on the hardcover fiction.
Eric, I would love to.
All right, well, 10 and 9 are sharing the same amount of
that's
sales
nice.
figures.
That's nice.
10, Y is for Yesterday by Sue Grafton.
Susie Grafton.
This is book 25.
Yep.
Because Y is the 25th letter of the alphabet.
Why is she still writing these books? It's been decades.
Yeah. Well, she's sharing the 9 and 10 are tied, and they're both tied by Old Guard, if you will.
Really?
The Romanoff Ransom by Clive Cussler.
Clive Cussler
And Robin Brussel.
et al.
So Sam and Remy Fargo search for 2 missing filmmakers in North Africa
Sure
and
they do.
uncover a group seeking to create the Fourth Reich. Yeesh.
Well, boy, 3 was enough.
I see Remy, and I just think Remy LeBeau.
Yeah. First you charge the card.
Yeah.
Then you blow it.
Remy LeBeau being Gambit of...
The X-Men character of Gambit.
yes. X-Men
Played
character.
successfully by Taylor Kitsch.
Oh, boy.
Not Taylor Hicks. He would be a terrible
Well, it was certainly
Gambit.
played by Taylor Kitsch. So, all right. So Sue Grafton, Y for Yesterday, at number 10 after 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that? Good or bad? Expected? surprised.
I'm not too surprised because people know the end is near. So even if you've gotten away from this series, I think when you see you're almost done, you're going to check back in. So, no, not particularly surprising.
All right. Number 8, Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste NG.
That is the last thing that you want.
Little Fires Everywhere?
You know, the only thing I can think of that would be worse than that?
What?
Big fires.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
So you want...
Everywhere.
What do you want?
I don't think there should be a lot of fires.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I think that's
Well,
better.
this is an artist with a mysterious past and a disregard for the status quo.
Oh, no. You got to regard the status quo.
They upend a
it's
quiet
the status
town.
quo.
Nope.
Oh.
They're going to upend a quiet town outside of
Okay.
Cleveland.
And regard the status quo.
Yeah, no, disregard.
Give it the regards it needs.
No. Status quo?
Politely
out the window.
regard the status quo.
7, Enemy of the State by Mr. Kyle Mills.
Mr. Kyle Mills.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Vince Flynn's
Yep. Character
protege,
Mitch Rapp.
would you say?
Huh?
Protege?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I don't know enough about Vince Flynn's lore.
No, I don't know his life.
All right. Number 6, 3 weeks on the list, A Legacy of Spies by John Le Carre.
Lekar.
Didn't we talk
It's a
about
lot of old guard.
Yeah. I like the term old guard.
I like it too.
Yeah.
It's respectful.
Yeah, it is.
Has some weight to it.
This is a
Some
Peter Gilliam
grandiose.
book.
Okay.
I guess those are books. Listen, that made me sound very ignorant about the world of books. I
Yeah, it
know they're books.
Yeah.
5, The Girl Who Takes an Eye for an Eye by David Lagerkrantz. So this is the Stieg Larsson Millennium series. So Lisbeth Salander teams up with an investigative journalist to uncover the secrets of her childhood.
Okay.
So when are we going to uncover the secrets of your childhood?
I don't think you want to know.
No, I think we should. I bet after a while we'd be like, sure, he went to school, he went, and then we find out you had an Amazon jungle adventure.
Yeah. I was trapped in a mine for 6 to 8 months.
See, that's something I want to uncover.
Yeah.
What, like, do you remember everything about it?
Oh, sure. I remember it like it was yesterday. I closed my eyes. Is all I could see. Because it was dark down there. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Number 4, Haunted.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Whoa.
By James
Whoa.
Patterson and James O'Born.
Oh.
Oh,
James O'Born.
I should say O is the middle initial.
Oh, not James. Not James. Oh, the luck of James O'Born.
Yeah,
Not like
what-
that. James
I know what you're trying to do
O'Born.
is an Irish accent.
I was going kind of like a Lucky Charms, you know. Bit of a
Oh,
Lucky
boy.
Charms.
I know my accents are bad. Yours are pretty solid for the most part.
Okay.
That was rough.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well,
So James
live and
O'Born,
learn.
a detective from New York. So this is number 4
Okay.
this week. Sometimes I feel like the only reason James Patterson is debuting at number 4
Yeah.
is because he's already got something on
Three,
top. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
A detective from New York takes his family on vacation in Maine and is enlisted by local cops to help solve a crime in the woods. Yeah.
In the woods?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I thought you'd have more reaction
Wow.
to that. That was the twist.
Right in the woods.
Yeah, I can help solve a crime in the city.
You could.
In a small town?
Yeah.
Suburbia? Sure.
yep.
It happened in that guy's garage.
Probably did.
In the woods?
In the woods.
Where do you start?
I don't know.
How do you follow the trail? It rained.
It's impossible
yeah.
to know.
What
Yeah.
if there's a creek? You
Yeah.
lose the scent.
What you have to do,
Yeah.
find the solution and work your way backwards.
Like Columbo?
That's a lot easier.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that Halloween you went as Columbo?
Yeah. Yeah. That was a killer Columbo outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Watching you spend 15 minutes trying to order a sandwich in
Yeah,
that Columbo
yeah.
costume was like.
I'll tell you what I like
Yep.
on a sandwich.
Now you said you had mayonnaise, and now you're telling me.
Just one more thing.
Number 3, we were shocked by this not 2 weeks ago, and here it is again.
Okay.
A Column of Fire by Ken Follett.
What?
Yep. Lovers Ned Willard and Marjorie Fitzgerald find themselves on opposite sides of conflict between English Catholics and Protestants while Queen Elizabeth fights to maintain her throne.
Yeah.
This is book 3 of the... What's the series called?
I think it's just Pillars of the Earth.
That's what it's...
series.
Because the first book is
Maybe
Pillars
it
of the
has
Earth.
one. I don't know.
Okay. I thought it was like Centuries on Fire.
Centuries on Kingsbridge.
Kingsbridge series.
Kingsbridge.
All right, nobody's calling it that. So the Pillars of the Earth series.
Yep.
But the first book came out in like what?
long time ago.
1991 or something?
80s, late 80s.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's just
You can't leave a baby in the woods. No excuse.
Yeah.
Leaving a baby in the woods.
It was a different time.
Ugh, even so.
No, it was a different
was
time.
brutal.
It was a different time.
That
when
was
you had
hard to
leave
read.
babies. People left babies in the woods all the time there.
That's
Sometimes
upsetting.
it was because you had too many mouths to feed. Sometimes it was he's a witch. that maybe lived in the woods next door.
Sorry, our producer Gary's telling us to stop talking about this ghoulish topic. Okay, thanks, Gary.
All right, yeah. Well, fine. Next time we have a witch invading our town,
Yeah.
I'll
What?
make the sacrifice.
Okay. Man, it's very brave of
Hey,
you.
can I borrow your baby?
No. I don't like that joke.
Number 2, new this week. I know. I think I just heard your wife go, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, probably.
He can't come over anymore.
No, you're.
But can I?
You're
we were
exiled.
watching Star Trek.
No, Gary says to move along.
Did we
Okay.
talk about Star Trek?
Go ahead. I don't know. Now's not the time. I know that.
I think we did.
Okay.
Number 2. You're right. It's not the time. Number 2, new this week. To Be Where You Are, Nick.
Me?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
By Jane Karen. So this is the 14th novel in the.
Mitford.
How'd you know?
People love those Mitford books.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I don't. I've never
3
read one.
generations of Kavans face changes in their lives.
Okay. I thought you were saying face changes. Like they had 3 generations worth of face changing.
Oh my
but I get
gosh.
it now.
Yeah.
I get it now.
So you think the Mitford series took a turn?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Now I look like your face.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 1, The Cuban Affair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my.
By Nelson DeMille.
Nelson Mandela.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Nope.
I don't
Though I'm sure there are some people out. I almost said crazy people.
Yeah.
You're not crazy to believe in the Mandela effect.
Okay.
But it's stupid and not real.
All right. Thank you.
A Miami lawyer solicits an army veteran to go on a secret mission to recover 60 million stashed away in Cuba.
That's a lot.
Yeah. You
a
think he
lot.
was always like, there was always money in the Cuban banana shop.
Yep.
And then they're like, I don't know what
Yeah,
the name
from
is.
Arrested Development.
From
Sure.
Arrested Development.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You haven't seen that show in forever.
Yes, I have. Was that number 1?
That was season 1.
No,
Yeah.
was that book 1 on the New York Times bestseller
Yeah.
list? So we're done.
Yes.
Okay.
I will say, on all the lists, it's fun to talk about this. It is number 1
Wow.
on like the big
Yeah.
ebook and
Our
everything.
copies are
Paper.
just
Oh, wait, that's
perpetually
just
on hold.
paperback. Yeah.
Perpetually on hold. We have 2 copies. They're always on hold.
It,
So
yeah.
yeah, it is.
It's big news.
Yeah, it is.
I got some young adult books.
Okay.
Brand new.
All right.
We don't need to do it. See
No,
you later,
let's-
phone.
No, let's do it. I want
Nope.
to hear.
I already threw my phone out the window.
wow. Okay.
Yeah. You were supposed to help me with that surprise reaction. I'm actually still holding my phone.
Okay. Ah.
Okay, now that doesn't
Oh,
make
too
any
late?
I just admitted
Oh.
the phone is in my
Whoa.
hand. Nope.
Gosh, that flew right by
I
my
know,
head, Eric.
Okay. Well,
What an arm on this guy. You wouldn't know from looking at it.
I'm now holding Nick's phone, and we're going to talk about the young adult hardcover fiction real quick.
Fans demand it.
Number 10, Once and For All by Sarah Dessen.
Yeah. Once and for all.
Okay. Lord of Shadows at number 9 by Cassandra Clare.
Go away.
Ooh, wow.
Go away.
Yeah, drawing the line in the sand
Yeah.
here.
I've had enough.
Okay.
I've had enough.
Number 8, new this week, Jane Unlimited
Oh.
by Kristen Cashore.
Wow.
She's written somebody else.
New this
something
week,
else.
that's
Oh, she wrote the Graceling series.
Okay.
Jane is invited to a gala that will change her life.
Oh,
But at what cost?
Yeah, what cost indeed, Jane?
Yeah. Probably the door. You have to pay at the door.
That's probably
like a $20 door
Yeah,
charge.
probably a drink minimum
Yeah.
as well.
2 items,
Yeah.
but I just ordered outside the restaurant.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, you gotta.
Number 7, One of Us is Lying, and it's Nick. We do this every week. Or do we?
No, we don't.
Number 6.
I heard a body.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
the
number
wrong
6, Woman in Cabin 10, the
my
children's
gosh,
edition.
She's back.
Yep. Yeah. It's hard to be doing my teen
Journalism
on
a boat, but my ears are sharp and I heard a body.
Number 6, Bernie
Young
Sanders'
lady, please.
Guide to Political Revolution. First step, blow the election.
Yeah, that's the start. Yeah,
Then the revolution's in full
yeah,
swing.
that's really gonna.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Number 5. Look, as long as that there, I'm gonna have something. It's gonna be. We're gonna have to say something about that book. We have to give our commentary.
You're right. We have to.
So, number 5, Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Mansicalo and Jimmy Patterson. Well, it's a Jimmy
Presents.
Patterson presents.
He
book.
presents. Yeah.
Audrey Rose and Thomas investigate murders in Romania that resemble vampire attacks.
I love it.
Now, if you remember, the first book was stalking or hunting. Mm-hmm. No, it was stalking the Ripper.
All right.
Stalking Jack the Ripper.
Yep.
She fell in love with the
She
Ripper.
sure did. Yep.
Yeah. Number 4, I guess you could say it was a bodice ripper.
I guess.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay. Number 4, Warcross by Marie Lu. Number 3, Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leah Bardugo. Wonder Woman's not the one bringing the war in this, right?
I would hope not.
Oh, you haven't
Her
heard this
mission
yet?
is for peace.
Your
My
wife
wife's
has been
reading it. Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. Number 2.
Heck was that?
That was me telling you to slow down.
All
No,
right.
I said whoa. Everybody knows it was whoa. Number 2, 30 weeks on the list. Displaced this week from first place. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas.
Okay.
We got a new number 1
Oh my
after
gosh.
30 weeks.
This is so exciting.
New this week, 1 Dark Throne by
Don't say
Kadara
Cassandra.
Blake.
Okay, good.
After the quickening, 3 sisters continued their fight to the death
Look
for
out.
the crown.
Look out.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
that
big
was
news.
that was exciting stuff. It certainly was. Now I think it's time to talk about these new books. But you know what?
What?
I feel like we need something to get us in the right zone to talk about these.
What about a sexy solo guitarist?
I think that's it.
Hit it, Ben! Sexy new book club.
That
There
did
we
it.
go, yeah.
That did it.
Yeah.
Woo! I just
Yeah.
feel relaxed.
Yeah.
I feel ready to roll. You want to go first? You want me to?
Do I want to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just. I always hide my books far away.
You do,
So
yeah,
I
I
have
haven't
to
even
make it
seen
a
'em.
journey. And again, it's about the journey.
It sure
Not
is.
again. We haven't actually mentioned that phrase
No.
here.
No.
So,
No. Again, that's the first time that was said.
It was in a private conversation. We talked about it being about the
Oh,
journey.
okay.
So,
All right.
because we have private conversations. Remember
Yeah.
when you ended a couple episodes ago with a cliffhanger?
Yeah.
But we hadn't talked about cliffhangers
Yeah.
at all during the episode.
I led into it.
Okay.
I said that you and I had discussed it.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Boy.
talk about James Patterson and Gabrielle Charbonnet. I always feel
Oh.
like Jim Carrey. We talk about this.
Yeah.
Trying to say. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah. Charbonnet, I think.
Charbonnet.
Yeah.
All right, Charbonnet. The book I hold in my hand
Yep.
is blue.
It sure is.
No.
Got a dragonfly on it?
Okay.
I get it. I get it.
All right, it's a Jim Carrey reference again.
Yeah.
It's called Crazy House. This was on the New York Times bestsellers list for a little bit. You can stop waiting for the next Hunger Games, Nick.
Because you're never going to get it.
Oh.
But read Crazy House.
Yeah, let's see.
By James Patterson.
All right, so yeah, the book has a dragonfly on it, a blue dragonfly. It's got a purpley blue cover. James Patterson's name, very big. I don't know if putting James Patterson's name so large on a young adult book does it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's helping sales at all. Like, are teens freaking out like, James Patterson? But he got him kind of young with all the other stuff. So
It could be, or it could be. I don't see a lot of teens buying themselves hardcover books.
That's true,
Could be
yeah.
appealing to the adults who are finding them.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, let's read the jacket here.
Okay. I'm ready.
There's both. All right, the back says, "This is the craziest story you will ever read."
Well, it's taking place in a crazy house, so
Becca Greenfield, 17, disappeared one morning on her way to school. Everyone from her town, including her twin sister, is desperately searching for Becca. They won't find her. Becca is being held in the crazy house. Becca is on death row, which is totally crazy because Becca is completely innocent.
Becca.
No one has ever gotten out of the crazy house alive, but there's always a first time.
Yep.
Here we go. 17-year-old Becca Greenfield was snatched from her home and thrown without reason into the hellish prison known as
Oh my
the
goodness.
Crazy House.
Yeah, that
To
is
avoid
crazy.
execution, she's told to shut her mouth and keep her head down. Becca was never really good at either.
No.
Her only hope for survival is for her sister, Casey or Cassie.
I can't read it, so
This,
I don't know.
This was my curse while reading Animorphs.
Okay.
Cassie. That's Cassie.
Cassie. Yep.
Yeah, I called her Casey through 52 Animorphs
Oh
books.
my goodness.
Cassie, to find her,
Oh.
that the good twin will stop following the rules and start breaking them before it's too late. Because the jailers at the Crazy House soon discovered they made a mistake that could get both sisters killed. Mm-hmm. Any of that do it for you?
I don't know. I guess I'm vaguely intrigued by the premise. I don't know if anything that you just read really made me like get pushed over the edge.
All right.
You know. What about you?
I now know what the premise is about.
Yeah.
But I thought that Cassie, the sister that didn't get locked up from reading the descriptions, did the crime.
Yeah.
And like maybe tricked everyone into getting the sister.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's what was going on. Chapter 1, Cassie. It starts with Cassie.
Yeah.
That's the good one. All right. Oh man,
Yeah.
these are short. You can tell these are James Patterson books. It's not a short book though. All right. Thank God for programmable coffee makers. That's all I want to say. How do you feel about that first sentence? Thank God for programmable coffee makers.
No, I don't like it.
Actually, that's about all I can say until I've had my first cup. Right on time, 5:45 a.m. Life's precious fluid starts seeping down to the...
This is for teenagers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And thank God for coffee. Last year, when we heard that a lot of coffee crops had failed, I thought the bottom of my life had dropped out. But this year, coffee is back on the shelves and at United Always, and I, for one, am grateful. Leaning back against the kitchen
it's not
counter...
that I think that teens don't drink coffee,
With
because
my
I'm sure they
first
do.
cup.
But this kind of like old man, like, I just need my cup of Joe, I don't really think is an
I looked out the
engaging
torn
start.
window screens of the barest hint of pink coming off the tops of the trees by the boundary. I guess people who live in cells by the ocean get to see the sun coming up over the water.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if any people live near any ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah. I felt the coffee ignite nerves throughout my body
Still
as I
talking about
sipped
coffee,
and
yeah.
watched the sun. It was partly blocked by the carport where I bolted upright and peered through the ragged screen. No, she didn't.
No,
I
she
shrieked, wanting to
certainly
hurl
did.
my coffee cup right out the window.
Do it.
Oh, she hurled her coffee cup, though?
Yeah.
How would it charge her? I would have hit my truck if my truck had been there, which it wasn't. Damnation, Rebecca, I
Look
shouted,
out.
then wheeled and headed upstairs just to double check. Just in case.
Yep.
Just in case my twin, ridiculous Rebecca. I'm just doing a silent,
Okay.
ridiculous Rebecca.
Yeah.
Was in fact still snoring in bed instead of joyriding in my truck.
Look out.
I slammed open her bedroom door, adrenaline
Look out.
making jumpy friends with all the caffeine in my system because she had coffee. Becca's bed was empty. Seething, I'd hurried to my room at the end of the hall, passing the door to her parents' room, which we kept shut all the time nowadays. In my room, I threw on yesterday's jeans and plaid shirt that I should be too hasty in assigning to the dirty clothes pile, jamming my feet into the perfectly worn cowboy boots so we get a sense of her style here.
Yeah, she likes
I
the
started
cowboy
rehearsing
boots.
what I would say to my sister when I caught up with her, and I would catch up to her. There was
Okay.
zero doubt about that. Our cell was barely 4 miles across, a nice big crop circle. Becca had no place to run.
No, she
no
didn't.
place to hide.
No place to run or hide.
Chapter 1 is done.
Okay.
That was chapter 1.
Well, I don't like it. I don't like it.
But you still like the premise. You're still intrigued by the premise. But you're
Yeah,
saying
but-
that the first chapter did not hook you on the premise.
No. No.
My guess is it would have been better to start at the crazy house.
Probably.
Maybe start with her in the crazy house
I think
going,
so.
I still remember how this all started.
Yeah.
But we get one chapter for being like, I can't believe I'm in the crazy house.
I used to love coffee, but now I'm in a crazy house.
Yeah. Well, no, Cassie's the twin that doesn't get
Oh, she's not in the
Yeah.
crazy house. Okay.
Yeah, Rebecca.
All right.
Becca is
Not
the
in
one
the
who
crazy
gets, yes.
house.
All right.
I understand.
Hit us up with yours. What do you got?
I understand now. Okay. We are going to start
Uh-huh.
with
Okay.
Sleeping Beauties by Mr. Stephen King and Mr. Owen King.
This is new?
Yeah.
Who's Owen?
Brand new. Stephen King's son, who is not Joe Hill, his other son, which is probably not how he likes to be referred to, but truth, okay? So,
Happy birthday, other son.
in this
I wish it was
spectacular
Joe Hill.
father-son collaboration, Stephen King and Owen King tell the highest of high-stakes stories. What might happen if women disappeared from the world of men? In a future
Why, sir,
so real and...
that's the highest stakes story I could think of.
You proud of that?
No.
Okay.
No, but what I'm not proud of is this is just saying, oh, why the last man? All the men disappeared?
Yeah.
But what if?
What if the ladies? In a future so real and near it might be now, something happens when women go to sleep. They become shrouded in a cocoon like gauze. That's very Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and we
Yeah.
know Stephen King's a big Jack Finney fan.
Yeah.
If they're awakened, if the gauze wrapping their bodies is disturbed or violated, the women become feral and spectacularly violent. And while they sleep, they go to another place. The men of our world are abandoned, left to their increasingly primal devices. One woman, however, the mysterious
When
Evie,
does the science fiction kick in?
is immune to the blessing or curse of the sleeping disease. Is Evie a medical anomaly to be studied, or is she a demon who must be slain?
God.
Set in a small Appalachian town whose primary employer is a woman's prison, Sleeping Beauties is wildly provocative and gloriously absorbing.
Okay. So we have a why the last man situation, even with
One.
there being, yes.
Yeah.
But we've got the Invasion of the Body Snatcher feral children.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though. You try to
Well,
wake,
they don't go feral in Invasion of the Body
you try to wake
Snatchers.
my wife up when she's
Yeah.
cocooned in her blankets
Yeah.
too early. She's going to be a little bit feral.
Probably.
You're not going to want to be in there.
No, I
you
don't
and the
think so.
dogs, you're running right out of that room.
You're getting to get out there as
So-
fast as you can.
Yeah.
As fast as you can. All right, let me read you an excerpt. Okay.
Oh, and any reviews on it?
It's so new. I haven't seen a lot yet.
Okay.
Goodreads reviews are mostly positive, but
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
Lila followed the tracks up a rise, then down into the sort of narrow dip that country fellows like Willie Burke called a break or a holler, then up another hill. Here the trees were thicker, scrub pines fighting for space and sunlight. And boy, did she want coffee! I mean, that's not true. The webby stuff hung from some of the branches. She took a few more pictures with her phone and pushed on towards the power pylons and the bright sunlight ahead. She ducked under a low-hanging branch, stepped into the clearing, and just stared. For a moment, all her tiredness was swept away by amazement. Lila stood frozen at the edge of the clearing, her neck craned, staring upward. Flocks of moths fluttered around her, brown in the shade, seeming to turn an iridescent gold in the late afternoon sunshine. She had read somewhere that the tallest tree on Earth, a redwood, was just under 400 feet high. The tree in the center of the clearing looked taller than that, and it was no redwood. It was like no tree she'd ever seen.
Wow. Here's a
in?
suggestion. You could say web-like material.
Not webby stuff?
Not webby stuff.
Webby stuff you
Oh,
didn't
there's
like?
still webby stuff in here.
The webby stuff.
Yeah.
Hung from the pines.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Are you going to read this? You like Jack Finney. You like Body Snatchers.
This
You like Stephen
is
King.
not sounding so much like that. Honestly, I don't know.
Huh?
I'm not sure how I feel about that. The premise and even this excerpt doesn't feel like Stephen King's best.
Yeah.
Feels a little.
Okay. Well, it's with his son.
Yeah.
So maybe his son idea. And he's like, Dad, I just read this sick comic book.
Yeah.
But what if?
Yep.
I don't know what Owen King is
Hey,
like.
in case you're curious,
Uh-huh.
Owen King looks creepier than Stephen King.
Yeah.
And Stephen King looks pretty creepy.
Yeah. Well, Stephen King was hit by a van.
In his own way.
So he looks
driven
like
by
man.
Owen King?
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's a twist I didn't see coming. All right, what do you got?
I have this book. I like the cover a lot.
Great.
I'm going to show you this cover.
Show me.
It's by Francisco X. Stork.
I love it.
And I don't mean that he's a former
He
stork.
is a stork. He used to be a stork.
It's
He
called.
got out of the stork game.
It's called Disappeared. This they wrote Memory of Light earlier, so that was last year. So
Okie dokie.
here's the cover. What?
Okay.
Really? I like it. Look at that
I
light.
don't know. It looks like a romantic suspense paperback to me.
No. It's got this sweet orange. Disappeared is fading away like a Crichton title, like in Prey. But bottom looks like a New Orleans city. Let's see.
Does it ever?
4 months ago, Sarah Zapata's best friend disappeared, abducted by criminals who rule over.
Wait. Are we doing the flap or are we doing the...
This is the flap.
Flap, okay.
Yeah, the back
right.
is
All right,
just
synopsis.
all about
All right,
X
so
Stork.
I know. I just didn't know if this was an excerpt or if it was...
4 weeks ago, her brother, Emiliano, fell in love with Perla Ruby, a girl whose family is as rich as her name.
Okay.
Oh, because her name's Ruby, which
Yeah.
is rich. 4 hours ago, Sarah received a death threat and her first clue to her friend's location. 4 minutes ago,
Okay.
Emiliano was offered a way into Perla Ruby's world if he betrays his own.
Yeah.
In the next 4 days, Sarah and Emiliano will each face impossible choices between life and justice, friends and family, truth and love. But when the criminals come after Sarah, only one path remains for both the siblings.
Only
The way
one?
Across the desert to the United States.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know. That's a maybe. How do you feel about it?
Chapter, well, I guess there's no chapter. It's not chapters. Oh, wait. Yes, there is.
Wow. Be
Part
sure.
one.
Be sure.
Chapter 1. Sarah, Friday, March 24th, 9:10 a.m.
Uh-huh.
You need to give up on the missing girls, Felipe says.
Oh, no.
Sarah isn't sure she heard him correctly. Although Felipe's tone is not harsh, the index finger he points at her makes his words sound like a reprimand. He's sitting behind his desk, covered in disordered mess of envelopes and paper. Sarah looks at her editor, Jana, who stands up close and closes the glass door to the office. Look, Sarah, Felipe continues
Yes,
with
Sarah.
Joanna sits down. You've done a great job with your column, but now it's time to focus on the good stuff. This is not 2010, when 20 girls went missing every month.
No, it's not.
Jerez is prospering. Tourists are coming back to the shops. Nightclubs are hopping again. Honeywell just opened up a new assembly plant. We need to get on board and contribute to create a positive image. Why don't you write a weekly column about the new school's opening? The slums getting cleaned up. Sarah feels Joanna's hand on her arm. Ever since her article on Linda's disappearance, she'd written a weekly profile on one of the hundreds of girls who have gone missing. That column has been her fight and her comfort. The fulfillment of the promise she made to Linda to never stop looking for her. It cannot be taken away. Jana has always been Sarah's close friend and staunchest advocate, and her touch gives her strength.
I kind of liked it.
Boom.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Disappeared sounds intense.
It does. Sounded engaging.
Yes.
Interesting. You want to know what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. I like all this 4 months, 4 weeks, 4 hours. You only got 4 minutes to save the world.
Yeah.
That's a Madonna song with Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
So,
We got the new CD set from Madonna's latest tour, by the way. I don't know
fantastic.
if you're a fan.
I was wondering when she was going to put something out.
Were you?
No, not really.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna give Disappeared a check it out.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, you should check out Crazy House.
See
and
what
then
it's
tell us
like. Check out Crazy House, I guess.
Yes. Did you
All
turn? Have you turned around now on the cover? Now that you know what it's about.
No, I still think it looks a little.
I love the cover.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Disappear. I love this cover.
All right.
So here's an interesting book we have here. This is by
Interesting.
Donald Westlake.
All right.
First publication anywhere. This is part of the Hard Case Crime imprint. Do you know the Hard Case Crime imprint?
Yes.
Okay. I really like what they're doing. Basically, they're republishing some things that are vintage, like crime noir kind of things, putting them out there. Sometimes they're taking well-known authors like Lawrence Block or something and finding some of his early work that was published under a pseudonym or whatever. They're just finding cool things and they're bringing them out and giving them like nice, fancy retro releases. So this is called Forever and a Death by Donald Westlake. And here's the interesting thing about this book. Donald Westlake was contracted to write a James Bond movie. And then it never went anywhere.
Right.
So he wrote it and then decided basically to turn it into a novel and pretty much just like did a find and replace.
Right.
And was like, nope, he's not James Bond. He's whatever this new man's name is. That's what he is. So let me read you.
The cover looks like a James Bond.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it does.
Looks
it definitely
like
does.
A Sean Connery James Bond cover.
Yeah, I know. I love it. I love it. Oh, no. Let me read you the back. The Bond that never was. Two decades ago, the producers of the James Bond movies hired legendary crime novelist Donald E. Westlake to come up with a story for the next Bond film. The plot Westlake dreamed up about a Western businessman seeking revenge after being kicked out of Hong Kong when the island was returned to Chinese rule had all the elements of a classic Bond adventure, but political concerns kept it from being made.
Oh.
Never one to let a good story go to waste, Westlake wrote an original novel based on the premise instead. A novel he never published while he was alive.
Oh.
Now, nearly a decade after Westlake's death, Hard Case Crime is proud to give it the novel its first publication ever, together with a brand new afterword by one of the movie producers describing the project's genesis, and to give fans their first taste of the Westlake scripted Bond that might have been.
Would that be a broccoli?
Probably a broccoli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the daughter still a broccoli? She's the one who's like in charge of it now.
Barbara Broccoli. That's what she goes by anyway. So I guess 20 years ago that would have put us in the Pierce Brosnan?
That can't be right. That'd be 1997.
Timothy Dalton?
No, 97 was Brosnan.
Okay, then so yeah.
97 was Tomorrow Never Dies.
So we would have been talking a Brosnan Bond. That's funny.
Oh, but Tomorrow Never Dies is set in Hong Kong.
Yeah, so that's
Is it Hong Kong?
I think so.
It's got the captain from the new Star Trek.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is Hong Kong. So that's interesting. They must have liked the basic idea, but went to a different thing. Well, I love Tomorrow Never Dies, so they probably...
Tomorrow Never... Sorry.
Have you ever heard this song? Chapter 1. The helicopter sped eastward under a clear blue sky, low over the coral sea. Its flattened footprints scudded beneath it, rolling out the slate-gray waves, then immediately gone, and the waves leapt up again. Inside, the copter had been custom refitted with light blue industrial carpet over a plywood floor, on which stood 8 broad swivel chairs in 2 rows of 4, upholstered in a darker blue vinyl. Do you understand the color, a scheme of inside the helicopter?
Yeah, blue.
Okay, I'll move on then. A gray bulkhead up front with a curtain in its doorway separated this main cabin from a small galley with the pilot's compartment beyond that. On the bulkhead wall, I don't need to know just how much this helicopter...
Well, what if Bond gets into the copter and has to fight everybody with what's on the wall?
You gotta know.
You need to know that he just took that painting off the wall.
Okay. On the bulkhead wall next to the doorway was imprinted a large symbol of an entwined RC in dark red, looking vaguely snake-like, or like an espalier tree. I don't know what that means. Richard Curtis, owner of the initials and the helicopter and almost everything else he could see, occupied the rear seat on the right. The other 3 passengers, 2 men and a woman, all venture capitalists with whom Curtis had had dealings in the past, were his guests, seated where he could look at them, consider them. There was too much noise inside here from engine and wind to make conversation possible, but Curtis didn't need conversation, not now. What these three knew of his business and the reason for this flight was what they needed to know, and what they didn't know was everything that mattered.
Nice. You remember how long The World Is Not Enough took to get to the title sequence?
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
And a death.
I don't get what that is.
The book you're reading is called Forever and a Death.
I get it now. What did you think of that?
Here's what doesn't feel Bond-like about it.
Yeah.
So we're probably finding out about why he gets kicked out of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
It makes him angry and everything.
Yeah.
But that's not how a Bond movie starts. Bond has to show up
Yeah.
and cause an explosion.
Right.
And
That's
then
true.
we'll get to the title sequence.
That's true. Well,
So.
some of it that I liked, some of that I did not like.
Yeah.
But
I can't
could
imagine the
see
whole book is just describing what's in the
describing.
bulkhead.
Then they went into the next room.
Yes.
This room was glorious by any
Yes.
standard.
That's very
Milky white carpets
delicious.
with webby stuff hanging from.
Oh no! Are you gonna read Forever and a Death?
I can't make any promises, but I'm intrigued by it.
I-
at the very
One
least.
of us is gonna read Forever and a Death.
Oh, okay.
And they're gonna be the cooler one for it.
Darn it!
Yeah, you better get to it.
I should have called dibs.
You can't. You, my friend, can't lose any more cool
Yeah.
points. Not to me.
Yeah.
I've been ahead for a while,
Thanks, man.
so you'll never catch up if you lose any.
You're right.
Okay.
All right, what do you got?
My last book here is James Patterson Presents. We're back to Jimmy P.
You're doing all James Patterson all the time now.
Hunting Prince Dracula.
Uh-oh.
What do you think of the cover?
Girl
Girl in white, red lips, of course,
Yeah.
holding a wooden stake. She must have fashioned this herself, looking down ominously at, I assume, a vampire's castle.
Probably Vampire's Castle, yeah.
I like the design of the castle.
When you really, look at it,
Uh-huh.
it's kind of a cool cover. If I walked by that, I would think it was like the Amish Brides of Westchester
Yes.
County.
I see what you're talking about, yes.
So,
I thought I'd pick this one up because, one, it's new.
yeah.
And two, it's that time of year, my friend. We're in October.
Dun, dun,
It's the
dun.
month of Halloween.
Dun,
What?
dun, dun. It's fine.
I don't...
That's from the time of the season, but that's all right.
It's the time. So, okay. So, as I said, he wrote Stalking Jack the Ripper. Or she... the author is actually Carrie Maniscalco.
Okay.
Man Iscalco. Look, I'm trying my best to
I
be
know.
respectful of everybody's names, and I can't do it. I can't pronounce anything.
You can be respectful, and you're doing a good job.
Okay. Bone white, blood red.
Oh,
Along
no.
this path, you'll soon be dead.
Oh, no.
That's pretty terrible poetry right
it
there.
is. Yeah.
All right. Following the horrifying revelation of Jack the Ripper's true identity, Audrey Rose Wadsworth flees her home in Victorian London to enroll as the only female student in Europe's most prestigious forensic school.
Dracula Academy.
But it's impossible to find peace in the dark.
Because she's in a crazy house.
Unsettling Romanian castle that houses the school. Oh, so that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the school on this cover.
Yeah.
And was also once home to the depraved Vlad the Impaler.
Oh, no.
Otherwise,
He lived
known
there
as Prince Dracula.
Forever and to death.
When a series of troubling deaths brings whispers of Vlad's bloodthirsty return from the grave, Audrey Rose and her sharp-witted companion, Thomas Cresswell, must unravel the cryptic clues that will lead them to the shadow-like killer, living or dead. How do you like this image on the back? It's a skull on top of a book.
Yeah,
It's a skull paperweight.
Skull paperweight.
Things
Yeah.
are going to get dark.
It's very Dresden Files of them. I like it.
Oh, okay, yeah. How'd that summary do for you? So it's not actually Dracula.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be somebody who fell in love with Dracula
Probably.
and is now just doing his bidding.
Yeah.
But I haven't
James
read it.
Patterson.
Look at this. We get a sweet map of the grounds.
Oh, now I know. But what's her helicopter look like?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Find that out.
Let's find. All right, so
Is it a
chapter
blue
1.
scheme? Yep.
Ghost of the Past.
Woo!
Orient Express. Kingdom of Romania. 1st of December, 1888.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it sure is. Okay. Our train gnashed its way along the frozen tracks toward the white-caped fangs of Carpathian mountains. From our position outside of the capital of Romania, the peaks were the color of fading bruises. The other mountains were the color of fading... No, I got nothing. I was trying to do a helicopter thing. It's harder than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a painting there.
So maybe give Donald West a break.
Yeah. Judging from the heavy snow falling, there were likely as cold dead flesh. Quite a charming, thought for a blustering morning.
I don't think that was great at all.
A knee struck the side of the carved wooden panel in my private booth once again. I closed my eyes, praying that my traveling companion would fall back asleep. One more jitter of his long limbs might unravel my fraying composure. Pressed my head against the plush, high-back seat, focusing on the soft velvet inside of poking. Instead, I'm going to lie down.
Yeah.
Instead of poking his offending legs with my hairpin. So I think we're just going to have some back and forth between the two. And
Probably.
She's going to be like, you sure stay up quite late.
Yeah.
He's like, why don't you have some fun, dear? She's like, I will have fun once I've finished my studies.
Yeah. Sounds like they're really mining some new ground there, so that's a good time.
How do you feel so far?
I feel nothing.
I keep picking these, like...
I feel apathetic about it, Eric.
The first two books...
I feel indifferent.
Or not the first two.
Yep.
Hunting Prince Dracula and The Crazy House. Mm-hmm. They have these, like, crazy premises, but they start very...
Yeah.
On... Crazy?
Yeah.
I guess?
Yep. You gotta have somewhere to go.
Yeah, that's true, but, like, if you're in here and you're like, I want to read something about vampire, just, like... Listening to these two characters about to have like a back and forth about annoying sleeping habits.
Yeah.
That's not why I picked up the book.
When I want to read a high-octane thriller, I want to start with a pretentious conversation that a teenager is having with herself about how vital coffee is to her life.
Yeah.
That's how I want to get into a book.
Haven't you studied the most important art a woman needs to learn? That of kissing.
Oh, my.
How dare you? You're fresh.
Oh, my goodness.
But you're right. I haven't done that curriculum quite yet.
Hey guys, I'm Prince Dracula. I was told to come here.
Quiet.
Oh,
I have extra credit to work on.
well, okay, but I'm like the Dracula.
Get out, good sir.
Okay, do you guys know where I can get some coffee? I'll find it. I'll find it.
All right, I'm gonna
Boy,
do
this train's a real crazy house.
I'm gonna do this last one real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
I am the ice cream makers.
The Ice Cream Makers by Ernest Vanderquast.
So this is the story of Ben and Jerry.
It's the story of Ben and Jerry's. All right. When Giovanni is summoned home, a small valley in the far north of Italy, the fabled birthplace of ice cream, he finds...
Like what you did. That's not...
Doesn't make any sense. He finds himself in the center of a family drama rife with obsession and obligation that will change the course of his life. And they're probably going to make a lot of ice cream.
Yeah, it might change the history of ice cream. Wait
That's
a second.
the thing.
We've had chocolate. We've had vanilla.
If things are going to get rough,
Uh-huh.
it's good to have a lot of ice cream around.
That's so
That's
true.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
All right, this section...
If there was a pool full of ice cream, it hasn't melted yet into a soup. I'm talking about a kiddie pool full of scoops of ice cream, still in scoop form.
Yeah.
Do you jump into that pool?
Do I jump in?
Yes.
I want to eat it. I don't want to jump in.
You eat it when you get into
That's
it.
disgusting. I don't want to do that.
You're not going to get in a pool of ice cream scoops
I'm not
and
going
eat
to
it.
do that. That would be cold. That would be sticky. The
Yeah.
ice cream would be covered in like body. So no,
Okay.
I don't want it.
Well, that's the only way you get the ice cream.
Let me tell you, I'm an ice cream maker, Eric. I can make
Does
the
that
ice
say
cream.
international bestseller?
International bestseller.
Where is
yes.
this taking place? What country?
Italy.
Okay.
All right, let me tell you how it starts because I'm already sold just by the header of this first section. How my father lost his heart to a hammer thrower weighing 183 pounds. Funny.
Yeah. Is this a Steve Martin book?
Yeah. Shortly before his 18th birthday, my father fell in love. It was love at first sight, love like a bolt from the blue, like lightning striking a tree. My mother phones to tell me, Beppy has lost his mind, she says.
Beppy.
It happened during a live broadcast.
Go on.
Laughing about your Beppy. Happened during a live broadcast of the London Olympics, during the women's hammer throw final, to be precise.
Oh.
Since my father had a satellite dish installed on the roof, he's had access to more than 1,000 channels.
Ooh.
He spends whole days in front of the television, a beautiful flat screen, and presses the button of the remote control is consistently high tempo.
Ooh.
Soccer games from Japan, Arctic nature documentaries, Spanish art house films, and reports on disasters in El Salvador, Tajikistan, and Fiji flash past. And there are the programs with women, of course.
Of
Gorgeous,
course.
glorious women from all around the world. Buxom Brazilian hosts, near-naked Greek showgirls. Look out. News broadcasters whose bulletins, quite aside from the language, Macedonian,
this is
Slovenian,
what year's Olympics?
are lost on him because of their full, glossy lips.
Yeah.
So, Dad likes watching TV. Usually there will only be
Dad likes watching something that's
5 or
on
6
TV.
seconds between the channels my father lights on, but sometimes he lingers and spends a whole evening watching coverage of the Mexican elections or a documentary series about the tropical waters of Polynesia. Green as a gem. What do you
Nothing
think?
to do with ice cream there, is
No
there?
ice cream so far.
Yeah.
No ice cream
You're
so far.
sold.
That's true. They need to.
You're sold by
I
its
kinda
quirky
like
style.
It. I like its quirky style. Yeah, That's the kind of you got to be delicate with that because sometimes books like that get too precious too quick.
Yeah.
And it just
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Twee.
No,
is the
thank you,
British phrase,
sir.
I believe.
I might read The Ice Cream Makers. I
Okay.
might read Forever into Death.
Yeah.
I might read Sleeping Beauties.
Okay.
It's hard to say. It's impossible to say.
Yeah.
It's next to impossible to
Which
say.
of my young adult books are you going to read? Crazy
None,
House.
None. If I had to choose one, I probably would go with Crazy
Okay.
House.
What? Really? Not Disappeared?
I don't think so.
I'm going to read Disappeared.
I would hope that you would.
Thank you.
Okay.
I might read Hunting Prince Dracula, but not start with Stalking Jack the Ripper.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Just dive in with book 2. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're gonna find out Jack the Ripper's identity. You don't want that. Trust
I'm
me.
sure
you
it's
don't
a-
want that.
I'm sure it's
you
like
do
a-
not want that. All right.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Let's talk about library news. I've already covered book clubs.
Hey, let's talk
What?
about you.
Oh,
Let's talk about Nick.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
You okay?
Just want to talk about library news.
How are things since,
No, I don't.
the thing that's going on with your skin
My skin.
all over your face?
Oh, okay. That was not something that they needed to know about.
Yeah. But do you want to talk about it?
No, I don't.
It's ready to pop, man.
Is it?
Yes.
This is gross.
Yeah,
You're
it
ending on a
is.
gross topic.
You think I have these boom guards here to
weird,
protect me,
gross,
protect the mic from my P's
made
and
up
B's.
topic.
But it's to protect me from your popping.
Let me tell
skull.
the nice people about what's happening here at the library. On October 4th at 7 o'clock, Mike Schley is coming to talk Tales of a Wag. This is a railroad talk.
Oh, okay.
So if you're a railroad fan, you
Western
can
Allegheny.
come. No, it's the Wellsville. It's 3 different places.
Oh, okay.
Wellsville, Andover, Gallatin Railroad. I'm pretty sure that's what it
Ah.
is. So it's all about railroads. So if you're a railroad aficionado, you can come here and you can wait and see if he slips up at all. And if he slips up, you can be like, actually, that railroad
Discrepancy.
line.
Yeah.
So you could do that if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But Mike knows his stuff, so you might be disappointed.
Explain to me what a steam engine was doing in North Carolina in 1887.
Exactly,
I'd love to
exactly.
know. Yeah, all aboard Misinformation Express.
So that's happening Wednesday night at 7. Coming up, we also have a concert from Casual Reply. We're doing a tribute to John Denver on the 12th.
Yeah.
Thank God he's a country boy. Am I right?
Is that a John Denver song?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Should I shed he's leaving on a jet plane?
Sure.
Well, you don't know when he'll be back again.
All right.
So it's hard to say. On
I'll meet him up
October
down those country roads. That's all I know.
27th, Naomi Shihab Nye, world-renowned author and poet, coming here to the David A. Howe Public Library.
Yes.
So
For a second, I was like, "What is he talking
we're
about?"
gonna be chatting about that in an upcoming episode.
Yeah.
So you can tune in for that.
Yeah.
Movies showing regularly. A lot of fun stuff happening.
Yeah, we're showing Captain Underpants this Friday.
Yep.
That's the Captain of Underpants.
Yeah, he's the captain.
based off of the still going children's
me.
bestseller. Yeah.
Look at me. I'm the Captain Underpants now.
Wow. Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
That's good. No,
All right, thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Monday the 9th is Columbus Day, so we are closed, but
Boom.
we will be showing the movie Monster House down in the auditorium.
We will
So
not be here to help you.
We won't be here. Somebody will be.
Yeah, someone else.
Not us.
Not me.
Someone.
I'm going to be doing whatever you do on Columbus Day.
I'm not sure.
Just
I'm not sure.
hanging out at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying not to talk about Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, maybe.
Rough.
Yeah.
So that's what's new for us. You got anything you want to talk about?
No, just this thing that's going on with my skin.
Yeah.
It is ready
It's
to
about
pop.
to pop. I know, it really is. It really is. Okay, well, I think that's going to do it for us here
Yeah.
for episode 111.
All right.
We'll see you next week with episode 112.